And welcome to Newsroom Live. You're looking at a live picture tonight outside Saks Fifth Avenue, and the world-famous Rockettes are putting on a performance. If you haven't seen it in person, I've said this before, I highly recommend it. They're celebrating 100 years of that famous kick line, and the reason they're outside Saks Fifth Avenue right now is because they're about to reveal the new light show. They didn't have it last year. They brought it back after popular demand. And they also we're going to see the windows as well. I'll let you guys watch a little Rockettes as we warm up Newsroom Live. I'm Sharon Crowley. On keyboards tonight is Brian Kay, and we have political analyst Chris Hahn in the wings, getting ready to talk about that Love Fest in the Oval Office on Friday, as well as some breaking news with New York Attorney General Letitia James and former FBI Director James Comey. I'll tell you why they're celebrating tonight. But first, let's go live out to Kendall Green. He is live on Fifth Avenue tonight as we get ready. There they go. Let's hear it. Can we hear the sound? There we go.
Yeah, we're going to pull up the sound for you.
Awesome.
Can you hear me, Sharon?
Yes. We're looking at the ladies, Kendall.
For sure. And I'm trying not to interrupt, so I want to kind of stand back and let them do their thing.
Oh, there it is. Yay!
So folks have been asking.
Love it, Kendall. I'm clapping.
Who would be the guest? Yeah, who would be the guest? And the Rockettes just delivered, and it looks like these lights are going to start in just a few seconds.
Oh, let's watch it. Here we go. Back by popular demand. Every 10 minutes now, this light show. Watching the live show on Fifth Avenue. You just joined us? It's happening right now.
You're a shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. So shine light tonight. You and I, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond.
Right, they finish. That puts me in the holiday spirit.
From all of us at Saks Fifth Avenue, we wish you a holiday season filled with light and love.
brought back after popular request. It was not happening last year. We saw the Rockettes, and now we are seeing the light show that happens every 10 minutes. Themed Yours Carousel of Dreams.
Okay, gotcha.
And our Kendall Green is live outside the show. About to bring us a report. There you
what's up,
are.
Sharon?
It never disappoints.
What's up?
And it's free, and you can see it whenever you want, every 10 minutes through the holiday season, right?
Every 10 minutes. Yeah, exactly, Sharon. Every 10 minutes. And we just watched it alongside Rue here. Just talk to me. Have you seen it before, and what was it like for you tonight?
I've seen it once before, but honestly, tonight was truly special. I'm a huge fireworks girly, so I think being able to see all the fireworks just incorporated with the light show, I think it was like a special touch to it. So.
I got you. And then, so compared to the last time you've seen it, do you think anything was different, or can you tell how much work went into it?
Oh, absolutely. I think there were so many, the song choices, the details. I think I loved it. I'm trying to remember. It was several years back, so I can't really remember the difference, but I definitely enjoyed tonight for sure.
I got you. And we did a story last week where we were talking about how light displays like this get folks in a spending mood so quick. What do you think?
Since I'm a shopaholic, I might be in Saks soon, so they've convinced me.
Love it.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, what brought you out tonight?
I'm actually here for work, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice gig. Nice gig.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Miss Rue. We appreciate you talking with us. For sure. So,
Hey,
just
Kendall,
one
are you
of,
across the street? Do you have the best vantage point from where you are on Fifth Avenue? Do you have to be on that side of the west side of the street, right?
Right, yeah, the best vantage point is right there across the street, and you can see people actually walking up and looking at the window displays that were just unveiled. Matter of fact, maybe we could just jump off the sticks and kind of show you what we're working with in a little bit on the other side of the break. But yeah, folks are already getting across to get an up close view at some of these window displays. Can we jump off the show, folks? Give us half a second, Sharon. We're going to jump off and take a look at some of these window displays as well.
Oh, it looks packed with crowds, too. Look at all those folks. Everyone's getting ready for the Christmas spirit.
I know, and it's one of those things where once you see this, it's like, this is what folks have been waiting for all this time.
You know, it really does get you going.
Real quick.
And look at all those people that are out here tonight. The weather's great for it. It gets you ready. I know we haven't had Thanksgiving yet, and so Christmas is after that. But I'm so glad that they have a window display. So many of the big brick and mortar department stores have closed down due to the retail on the internet, and it's great to see a tradition like this be held up. And you're going to try to get over to one of those windows, Kendall?
Yeah, let's go take a look. Let's go take a look.
Don't hurt yourself.
They just opened up the barricades. I know.
Okay.
You gotta get out of the street. The street is open.
Oh, the street's opening up, so we're gonna go back to the
don't
other side.
take any chances, Kendall.
But we're gonna give you hey, we take chances. We're gonna do this for you,
All right,
whatever it takes.
All right.
But for sure.
We'll see one window,
folks
and then
you
we'll
see
let
they're
you
getting
go.
a lot of pictures. Yeah, let's just go push in on one of these windows.
Okay.
We see.
And then we'll let you get back to work.
This one stands out a bit. It's got like a gold trim. We're gonna get you real close and take a look at this one.
All right.
So
they're always
like
so
it's,
elaborate,
New York-
you know, it's amazing.
They said, right. This one has like a building with gold trim.
It's like
I think
a
it's like
taxi.
an NYC centric theme.
Yep.
Yeah, a taxi, got a pigeon. I think that's got like Home Alone vibes. I'm getting from this
Love
one
it.
right here. And then you got a theater right here. But just look at so many people just taking all of this in. They've been looking forward to it since I guess 2 years ago.
Yep.
When they last had the show. But I'm going to try to pull in some folks. What do you think about the window displays? What do you think about
It's
it?
amazing. Yeah, it's my first time.
Where are you from?
Dallas.
Dallas?
Yeah,
Okay,
Texas.
so we had folks from Dallas, we had folks from UK. Did this deliver for you?
Yes, it was beyond. Yeah,
And do you think you're in a spending mood now? That you?
I'm always in the spending mood.
Awesome. I love it.
sure.
Tourists from everywhere,
I'm
Kendall.
always in the spending mood.
For sure. One more time?
Tourists
I'm
from
always
everywhere, huh?
Oh, me too. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, everywhere you look, there's somebody else from a different place taking all this in. But yeah, Sharon, this was an amazing show. I think it delivered for folks.
Awesome. And one of the few things you can do in New York that's free and amazing and like festive. So, Kendall, we're going to let you make your way back through the crowd. Thank you so much, and we'll be checking in again with you later.
Of course, no problem.
All right, thank your crew too. I'm glad you didn't get hit by anything. All right, don't go anywhere. We have more live events throughout the whole next hour or two. Keep it right here. I'm Sharon Crowley reporting from the Upper East Side of New York City in the Fox 5 newsroom. Coming up next, a political extraordinary. That's how I'm going to describe him. Chris Hahn, friend of Fox 5, will be up next to break all things that are happening today in the political scene. Coming right up. Keep it here. Now you're looking at a live picture from our drone in the Fox 5 newsroom. That's our extraordinary 10 o'clock producer. And I'm Sharon Crowley, and this is Brian on keyboards, as I said. And we have Jonah bringing our guests in. And speaking of guests, we have a very special guest joining us now. A federal judge today dismissed the criminal cases. Chris Hahn is our political analyst, and you know this already, but I'm going to tell our viewers, Chris, against the former FBI Director James Comey and also against New York Attorney General Letitia James. And the court concluding that the prosecutor on both cases was illegally appointed by the Justice Department. And that is where my legal analysis will stop. I'm going to bring you into the case. Explain to viewers what happened today and why it's significant.
So the judge ruled that the temporary U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan was not eligible to bring this case because she was not properly appointed. There had been an interim U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. That person resigned because, or was fired by President Trump because they would not bring the cases against Comey and Attorney General
And that's
Letitia
Lindsay
James.
Halligan we're looking at now, yep.
Yeah. So Lindsay Halligan, who was Trump's personal attorney and had no experience, frankly, in criminal prosecution, was brought on as the U.S. attorney. And because no other prosecutors in that office would work with her to bring the charges, she brought them herself. She made several procedural errors, but the fatal flaw here that was cited today was her lack of appointment. And interestingly, the judge cited U.S. v. Trump, the case from Florida, and said that the that the special prosecutor was appointed improperly in that case, and that case was thrown out.
So the White House, we heard from White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt earlier today, and she says they're planning to appeal. I think the statute of limitations, if I'm correct, has run out on the Comey case. They missed the deadline for that. Do they have grounds for an appeal? What's your feeling on that?
I mean, I think the Comey case has got several flaws. There's questions of whether the grand jury even read the indictment or were shown the indictment. There are other flaws around it. The statutes of limitation has run, but the judge dismissed the case without prejudice, which means there is a possibility to bring it again. I don't know that they're going to survive an appeal, but let's also point this out. It is highly unusual for the White House press secretary to be commenting on an action of the Justice Department. That is strange. It is unusual. And that also goes to Comey's defense, saying this is malicious prosecution brought on by the president.
All right, we're going to move on, but I'm just going to remind our viewers that Comey was facing obstruction of justice and lying to Congress, and Attorney General James facing mortgage fraud allegations against them. That's what these charges had something to do with, just in case people don't remember. What they will remember, though, Chris, was the Oval Office détente with our mayor-elect and President Trump after, lobbing insults at each other for weeks, if not months. All of a sudden, they're best friends. We watched a bromance unfold. Let's start there. What do you take of this, and how long do you give it?
Well, first of all, there are two guys from Queens getting together down in Washington, D.C. Two guys from Queens who made good in the big city. Let's call it what it is. I think it lasts as long as they want it to last, as long as they need it to last, right? I think that Mamdani does need help from the federal government to keep New York City afloat and doing what it's doing. He's got a lot of big ideas. He's going to need help from the president. President is a New Yorker. He's got a lot of interests, both political and personal, in the city of New York. And I think he genuinely wants to see New York succeed. And Mamdani is going to be mayor of New York City long after Donald Trump is president of the United States. His term survives at least 1 year after Donald Trump can no longer be in the White House. So, look, I think it was actually in the best interest of both men to have that meeting like that. Donald Trump's numbers have been sinking, and particularly they've been sinking on the issue of affordability in the economy, something that Mamdani has made his main issue. And I think Donald Trump wanted to latch on to a winner. Donald Trump likes a winner. And Mamdani won. And Donald Trump knew the politics and knew exactly how hard it was for him to come out of that primary and be successful. And I think he had a lot of respect for that. And look, they're both two charming politicians, right? They're going to get in the room and they're going to try to charm each other. And that's what happened.
They're also both proficient, if they're superior, if you will, on social media, using it to promote their cause, to promote their candidacy, to promote themselves, and also, really display their charming personalities, if you will. They've both been described the opposite of that word, too. But I think you point out something super important that those who don't follow it as closely as you and I do. Federal funding was at stake here. There was no two ways about it. President Trump said if Mamdani got elected that he would cut federal funding to New York City, and we need that federal funding for all the things that are happening. And, to hear them discuss and appear to be on a populist common ground on a lot of things was very interesting. Yeah,
I mean, very, very interesting. And I think, look, if I'm Elise Stefanik watching that press conference, I'm not too happy. She had probably built her entire campaign over tying Mamdani to Governor Hochul, and that's not going to work anymore. Frankly, I don't know that she even really wants to run. I think she's got other intentions, and perhaps this might be good for her because this will help her ease her out of the race later this year or early next year. But also, the Republican Congressional Campaign Committee has to return all of those videos of the candidates melding into Mamdani because Donald Trump just basically patted him on the back and said he's going to be a great mayor.
Yes.
I mean, I'd run that in every ad if I was a Democrat running.
Or it's one Truth Social post away from this, relationship, taking a different turn.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's always that too. But again, you still have the video to run whenever you need to run it.
All right.
And I think it makes it very hard for Republicans to call him a communist or a jihadist, as Stefanik had been doing. He was asked point blank, do you think he's a jihadist? And he said, no, he's not a jihadist.
Right. And at one point, Trump said, you don't have to answer that. I was like, whoa. What
Yeah, I mean,
happened?
Trump was kind of like,
who is the
I
man
don't know,
behind the Resolute desk, and what happened to Donald Trump? You know, it is very
Right.
strange. Yeah.
It was his best day in weeks. He looked human, the president. I think he looked normal. I think that he'd been getting a lot of flack.
Yep.
People were really starting to doubt his judgment. They were doubting whether he was sane. And he came out in this meeting on Friday, and he was the likable guy that anybody who's met him in New York City has witnessed, right? We've all witnessed this. You know, we're all New Yorkers, Sharon. You've interviewed him long before he's president. I met him long before he was president. Yep. And he was always that guy that, like, even if you had a bad opinion of him, you met him, and you're like, oh, what a nice guy. And I think that's what came out of it in that meeting. And I think that really stopped some of the may have stopped some of the bleeding in his numbers.
Awesome. Well, this Thanksgiving week, Chris Hahn, I think we have something to be grateful for, that the mayor-elect and the president appear to be getting along, and that's good for New York City and good for the country.
It'll be great if that tunnel gets back to work, because we really need that here in the city, don't we?
We do. We do. Thank you, Chris. I so appreciate it. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too, anytime.
All right, sounds good. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're talking all things turkey and traffic. We have AAA Northeast with us live in just 2 minutes to tell us what you need to know before you hit the road to see Grandma. Keep it here. right, you are looking at a live picture of Herald Square. That is Macy's, underway live right now tonight in New York City. They are getting ready for the fabulous and famous Macy's Day Parade. The floats, the dancers, the singing. It just can't be missed. If you can't be there in person, which I also highly recommend, you should definitely be watching it Thanksgiving morning with your family and friends. Can't get a better vantage point than that. Snoopy, a personal favorite, I have to say. And it looks like the weather's going to hold up too. So sometimes, you guys remember, sometimes the floats, it was so windy, it was crazy. But speaking of the weather and Thanksgiving and getting to your relatives and friends and family in a timely fashion, we're going to bring in right now Robert Sinclair with AAA Northeast. Thanks, Robert. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you. Thank you. All the best to you and yours. Thank you for having me.
So I heard earlier on the Fox 5 newscast, which I'm always tuned into, if not a part of, I thought Wednesday was the busiest travel day of the year. And I heard people say, actually, no, tomorrow is. What do you say?
It's really a toss-up. Both days will be very busy. Wednesday is usually the busiest day, and you consider that New York is number 8 on the most popular destinations list. So you've got people leaving the city, you've got people moving around the city, you've got people coming to the city, and it makes for a very, very busy travel day. And I've been telling people for years, because people will get off work on Wednesday and slog through traffic to get to their Thanksgiving destination that night. I've been telling them for years, go home, go to bed, get a good night's sleep, wake up very, very early Thanksgiving morning, and make your trip then. Even if your destination is 200 miles away, that's about 4 hours. Leave at 6, you'll get there at 10, because Thanksgiving Day itself, the traffic is expected to be non-existent.
Yeah, and I have done that myself, having worked many night shifts. I definitely have gotten up early on Thanksgiving morning to get home, and you're right, the roads are clear. So are you going to compare for us the airports to the roads? Is one better than the other? I know we had the Secretary of Transportation at Newark Airport. Things look pretty good. Teresa Perillo is there with a live report coming up on the Fox 5 News at 10 tonight. But what say you? Which is easier to get, or they're about the same?
Well, 90% of those who are traveling will be driving to their destination, 72 million out of the nearly 82 million. But flying, I think, might not be a picnic depending on the weather. Now, the shutdown is over, but we're still 3,000 air traffic controllers understaffed. And we're still using old World War II radar-based air traffic control. The switch over to GPS-based is called next generation. That's still happening, but it still leaves us very vulnerable, particularly to the weather. Now, 75% of all air traffic control delays across the nation emanate from right here. We've got 3 major airports, 3 minor airports, and because of the hub and spoke system of airline scheduling, if New York sneezes, the rest of the country can catch a cold. And there's supposed to be some bad weather coming in, I believe, Wednesday. So that could throw a major wrench in the works for those who are flying. We need to keep working on the air traffic control system, the nuts and bolts of it, and the controllers. And in fact, during the shutdown, the air traffic controller training school remained open. So desperate is the need for controllers. So flying should be better, a lot better than it was during the shutdown, but we're still very vulnerable as we were prior to the shutdown.
Awesome. So besides leaving to see your relatives or friends on Thanksgiving morning very early, so you have open roads, any other tips or advice people should consider? Maybe being kind and patient as they run into a hiccup or two?
Well, yeah, that's very important. A couple of things come to mind. Number one, make sure you do some maintenance on your vehicle before you hit the road. Something as simple as checking your tire pressure is very important. Having your battery tested would be a good thing to do. We're expecting 600,000 breakdowns between today, I should say, and Sunday. And that's nationwide. Flat tires, dead batteries, and believe it or not, people locking themselves out of their vehicles are a big thing. So a little bit of maintenance will save having the trip go haywire. That's very, very important. We're also reminding drivers about the slow down, move over laws. When you see flashing lights by the side of the road, be it an official vehicle or even a civilian vehicle, you're supposed to slow well below the speed limit. And if you can do so safely, change lanes. We lose approximately a first responder by the side of the road every 2 weeks somewhere in the United States. And in our region over the past year, we've lost 3 who are working by the side of the road. And I'm thinking about return day on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about that.
Yeah, Sunday return day is going to be busiest after, well, really between 6 p.m. and midnight. So get an early start on Sunday morning. Ben Franklin said fishing company go bad after 3 days. So if you've been at your relatives there for 3 days, by Sunday, leave early in the morning. You'll be able to save a little time on your trip home and still have good relations with the family because you didn't overstay your welcome.
All right, love it. Robert St. Clair, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a happy holiday.
Thank you very much. All the best to you and yours, and I hope everyone will be safe. Don't drink and drive. Buckle up and obey speed limits.
All right, I like all those tips. Everyone more valuable than the next. Thanks so much. Keep it right here. We are talking giving and how you can help. We all saw the pictures during the government shutdown of needy families and food banks really suffering. We're going to talk about that issue with an expert who knows. Heather Thompson with Table to Table joins us in just 2 minutes. Keep it right here. Thank you. All right, you're looking at Newsroom Live. Officially, Thomas T. Turkey is in Herald Square tonight as they rehearse and get ready for the most fabulous parade ever, the Thanksgiving Day Parade with the floats. And this year, the weather looks like it's going to hold, so we won't have any issues. Sometimes the floats deflate in New York City. But look, I think we can see some dancers getting ready. That's really the spot to see it, right at Macy's, right at 34th Street. I'm Sharon Crowley waving to you, and I'm waving behind me here, and Brian Kay on keyboards, and Jonah over here welcoming our guests in as we bring you back Newsroom Live. You can watch it on your Fox Local app, and you can watch it on the Fox 5 NY YouTube channel. We've been having a lot of fun tonight, especially as we get ready for the Thanksgiving holiday. But as we do, we know the meaning of the Thanksgiving holiday is being grateful. And all of us here in this newsroom are grateful you're joining us tonight. But we're going to bring in Heather Thompson. She's Executive Director of Table to Table. Heather, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Tell our viewers what exactly your organization does.
Absolutely. Sharon, thanks so much for having me. Table to Table is a food rescue nonprofit in New Jersey. We're actually the first food rescue established in the state of New Jersey. We've been doing our work since 1999. And essentially what we're doing is bridging the gap between surplus food that gets wasted and then our neighbors who are in need of some extra food and extra support. It's estimated that close to 3 billion pounds of food goes to waste here in New Jersey every single year, while close to 1.1 million of our neighbors don't have enough to eat. That includes seniors, children, veterans, working families. So our role is to source surplus food from farms and supermarkets and distributors and meal kit companies, school cafeterias, you name it, anywhere where good food is going to waste, and then getting it out to our network of about 300 different pantries, social service agencies, senior homes, shelters, daycare centers, anywhere where our neighbors are turning for that little bit of extra help.
Awesome. It's a great cause, a worthy cause. Talk to me about the government shutdown. The government's reopened, but that was more than 40 days, and that certainly took its toll on food pantries all over our area.
It really did. And, you know, the most direct impact that our emergency food system was seeing, the food banks, food rescues like us, our food pantries, was the impact of SNAP benefits being paused during that shutdown. Now, thankfully here in New Jersey, that halt of the SNAP benefits only lasted 7 days, but the ripple effect was strong, and it does continue. There's so many families who were impacted, over 800,000 folks here in New Jersey who are turning to those SNAP benefits for that little bit of extra help they need to feed themselves and their families and get through the month. At the same time, the shutdown was, there were workers who were furloughed, who weren't getting their normal paycheck. So really the impact of that was being felt from multiple directions by so many of our neighbors. And so they turned to their local pantries for help. And those organizations that are really designed to be a last line of defense in general, where people can turn to just sort of bridge the gap, all of a sudden became the first line of defense. People were just relying on the support of these local pantries, these local community organizations, because they simply had nowhere else to turn for that period of time.
That's right. And we saw federal workers who did have job and benefits actually get on those food lines as well, which was really stunning to see.
Yes.
What can people do who are watching our conversation right now, and we're all thinking about the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday? How can we give to those who are in need? How can we help?
Sure. It's important to recognize that just because the shutdown is over, the need is still present. It has been present. It's unfortunately a continually growing need. So we stay in very close touch with our pantries, our partners that we supply our surplus food to. And what they're telling us is that the lines that have been getting steadily longer all year and then got very, very long during those few weeks of extreme stress during the shutdown are still longer than usual. And so we are certainly looking for all the support we can get to rescue and get as much surplus healthy food out to our partners as possible. We are always seeking volunteers. We have a fantastic app called the iRescue app that's active here in New Jersey that allows any volunteer to become what we call a food rescue hero. So you download the app. There's a whole list and map of local rescues where you're going to be going out to a restaurant, a catering hall, a school, picking up their surplus food and delivering it to a local pantry. Everything you need to know is there on the app. Every rescue takes an hour or less. And our volunteers, by the end of this year, will have rescued and delivered more than 2 million meals worth of fresh food, which is pretty incredible. So that's one way to get involved directly with us.
Yeah.
I encourage anyone who's looking to help a little bit, give a little bit of extra love to your community this holiday season. Reach out to your local pantry and ask what they need. Every pantry is different. Some have refrigeration, some don't.
Right.
Some need certain types of food depending on who they're serving, families, seniors. Reach out to them and ask them what they need. And then, go out and do a little shopping for them. Or if they say, hey, we really need some extra help with our weekly distribution, if you can give that time, that's really valuable.
Awesome.
If you are someone who's looking to organize a fresh food drive, we always love it when people, scout troops, schools, companies decide to organize something like a produce drive rather than a canned good drive. If you're doing that here in New Jersey, we can also help with that, pick up that food and get it right out to our partners.
All right, Heather Thompson, keep up the good work. Table to Table is the organization helping those in need in New Jersey and working with, hundreds and hundreds of food banks and distributors there. We appreciate your good work, and I hope you have a happy holiday and come back again real soon and update us after the holiday and let us know how things went.
I sure will. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you. And keep it right here. We have so much going on. It's a jam-packed show. And Natasha Verma coming up at the top of the hour with your news headlines. But we will be back in 2 minutes. Oh, we have a live look. There they are. You're looking at Herald Square. That is a live shot as they get ready for the annual Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade with hundreds of high school bands and college bands from around the country. They are rehearsing tonight. These are live pictures. Keep it right here. We'll be back in 2 minutes with an update.
We're set. All right, on the cue, the director. Okay, here we go. In 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and music.
Live picture on Newsroom Live as they get ready for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and you are watching the University of North Alabama. From Florence, Alabama, 265 members. They are getting ready for their big debut. Let's listen in. Never gets old. It's so much fun to watch, whether you go in person and get along the parade route on Central Park West, or whether you go all the way down to Herald Square and watch it. It's so much fun to watch the Macy's Day Parade. Let's take another look as we're getting ready. It's so amazing. They get up so early. I have never been in the parade at my high school. I wasn't in the high school band, but my high school was never chosen. But they get up very early, and there are some Thanksgivings, as you all know, are so cold, and you just can't believe they can perform, and they wait in long lines. But some people's bucket list, and I'm going to include my brother among these, wants to be the person that holds onto the balloon. They have all these people that hold onto the balloons. I have another pro tip for you. If you're not going to make it to the parade, you're going to be somewhere else enjoying Thanksgiving, you might want to go Wednesday night to Central Park and the Museum of Natural History and watch them blow up the balloons, because that's also quite a treat, and you can get really, really close to them. The city is getting ready for the holiday season. We are going to take you a little round robin so you can see all the holiday events. We opened our show on Fifth Avenue because Saks Fifth Avenue brought back its light show tonight. Brian, do we have any video of that, or you're going to be looking for it? All right, we'll go back to that in a second. We also have the Christmas tree outside the Fox News channel there on 6th Avenue, getting ready not too far from Radio City Music Hall, where the Rockettes will be putting on their show. They're 100 years old. I saw that too. It was amazing. I saw it just a short time ago, a couple of days ago. It's a great show. All these shows with artificial intelligence and computers and technology, really, they have upped their game significantly. So I highly recommend it. Are we going back to Herald Square? I think we are. We want to show you live events all night. See. Amazing. So much talent there. We should put it in a double backs while I'm talking so the viewers can see what we're watching as well. We have screens up all over our newsroom that focus on all over the country and all over the area, so we can keep you posted on live events that are happening. And this is the 99th year for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, as you can see, and they have hundreds and hundreds of bands from around the country that participate. They're in high school and in college, as well as the floats, of course. And this year, Buzz Lightyear is going to be one of those there. And I'm looking Shrek, you know, Snoopy. Some of the classics are there as well. And there goes Brian trying to make sure you can watch what I'm watching. I don't want you to miss anything, okay? So keep it right here. Again, you're watching the University of North Alabama from Florence, Alabama, some 265 strong. That's how many members are there. And, you know, it's nice weather tonight, but I don't know how cold it's going to be on Thanksgiving Day. And next year will be the 100th anniversary of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it's such a fan favorite and a family favorite. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. It never gets old, and it's so much fun to watch, whether you watch it on TV or you come somewhere along the parade route. I've done both. I like both. It's good. Listen, we are circling the city on all things that are happening as we get ready for Thanksgiving here in New York City. I'm Sharon Crowley reporting to you from the Fox 5 newsroom on the Upper East Side. We're also getting ready for our 10 o'clock newscast tonight. We have reporters everywhere. Teresa Priolo is at Newark Airport. And we also have a report on the flu, a resurgence of the flu. Duarte is working on that story. So lots going on. Keep it right here. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, much more headlines. And Natasha joins you at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to Newsroom Live on this very special holiday week. You are looking at the Spirit of America. They are a dance ensemble and they look fantastic. They're rehearsing because they're going to be taking part in the 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on Thursday morning. So tonight in Herald Square, they are going through the numbers. We saw bands before that, and this is a dance troupe. So we're going to keep you live there all night so you can see what's happening as it's happening. I'm Sharon Crowley. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's take, oh, it looks like they're coming off, but they wave goodbye and then they turn around and come back. Meantime, let me show you something else here. On Fifth Avenue tonight, we saw the windows were revealed as well as the light show, which they didn't have last year, but we were lucky enough to see it this year as it happened, a big display. The light show is every 10 minutes and it's free. And there they are getting ready to reveal the windows and play the light show. They didn't have it last year. You see the wonder in his eyes. Kids love it. Parents love it. And if you want to see the windows, and I highly recommend that as well on Fifth Avenue, you do want to try to pack a little patience. Carousel of Dreams, there you go. because it may take you a while to press your nose up against the window there. You'll have plenty of company, and it will only get more crowded as we get closer to Christmas and Hanukkah, because this is a popular event. And the weather is so nice as well. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We have so much going on around the city, and we're trying to take you to it as soon as we can. In fact, let me show you our newsroom camera with all the cameras that we're monitoring. This is Brian on keyboards and Jonah, and we have a guest on tap zooming in any minute. And Natasha Verma is going to join us at the top of the hour. But if you see all these screens, well, go back to the screens when you can. That is one of the ways that we are able to bring you live pictures from all over the city and all over the country. You see the U.S. Capitol. Brian, can you show me what happened at the White House today? Do you think you can pull that up? It's in our holiday events folder, I think, because the First Lady, Melania Trump, welcomed the arrival, there it is, of the White House Christmas tree. Take a look at this. I mean, all things festive, right? You have a little music there. There she is. There's the First Lady. Love the Clydesdales, right? And there's the giant tree. Jonah, find out where the tree's from so we can tell him. It's a big one. It's always an honor to chop down the tree. I should probably know that. I hope it's not from New York. Beautiful, beautiful. And let's cut back to Herald Square right now, and we can see more of the rehearsal and listen in. There they go. That's the Spirit of America precision dance troupe taking part. A lot of happiness there. That's good. That's what we need this week, right? It's time to put away our troubles and be grateful for a change, right? I have to remind myself of that. Stop complaining. It was a white fur from a farm in Michigan. Listen, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to take you back to Herald Square Live.
And recover.
And you are looking at the Spirit of America, a dance troupe, hundreds getting ready. They are rehearsing for the Macy's 99th Macy's Annual Thanksgiving Day Parade. We've been watching the local bands, and they come from all over the country, not just local, from colleges and high schools, and they're testing out the parade floats. It's going to be such an exciting day, as you can see there. And it is such an enormous amount of work. It looks like let's do full screen again, Brian. It looks like they're getting ready one more time to do it again. When you think of how many hundreds and hundreds of bands and schools that participate in this parade every year, and they have a chance to have this great opportunity to march in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's a once-in-a-lifetime memory they won't soon forget. And these ladies have more spirit and pep than any of us. There you go.
United as one, together we will say, we wish you the best on Thanksgiving Day. Watch your spacing. 1, 3, 5, 7, 1.
Spirit of America, hundreds of dancers showing off their stuff and their spirit as they get ready to march in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Also showing off her spirit tonight is our main anchor, Natasha Verma. She's joining me now for the handoff.
Here we
it's
are.
so good to be here. It's amazing, and you should put us in the double box so they can see the girls as we
Oh yes,
talk.
we've got the
We
rehearsals.
don't want to miss that out.
So this is night one.
This
of
is
the
night
rehearsals.
one. This is night one, and it's in Herald Square right now. And I was saying, I'm sure you've been to the parade.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where you are on the route. It's amazing.
It's
whether
the
you're on
best
Central.
view.
Yeah. And you can. And I also think it's great to watch it on TV. Frankly, too. It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but there is something special about seeing it in person, depending on the weather.
Absolutely, yeah. And it looks like right now the weather is going to cooperate. We've got some rain tomorrow. I know that Nick Gregory was talking that to us in the earlier shows. So hopefully the weather cooperates. We want the wind to cooperate as well. We got those really big floats. And then we also had that one very teeny tiny float also.
Yep.
With that small truck.
Yes.
That's getting pulled.
goldfish.
Yes, the goldfish.
The goldfish,
There we
thank
go.
you,
The
Brian.
goldfish. And of course we got the big Labubu float that everyone's waiting for. So it looks
And
like
there's Thomas the turkey.
I love to see it.
Yep,
The
all
lights
there.
are up. It's very festive out there. This is year 99. Wonder
Yes.
what they've got in store for 100
I don't know. I was
next
thinking the same
year.
thing. As soon as I read that it was the 99th year, I thought, wow, it's going to be amazing because this year, as we've talked about before, is the 100th year of the Rockettes. I know you've
That's
covered
right.
that as well. And they really upped their game this year, so it's going to be so exciting. And the whole city's like getting ready. I mean, Thanksgiving's not till Thursday and it's Monday night, but there's still like Saks Fifth Avenue has the light show, and we'll be showing you that.
I mean, this is just such a massive parade too. When you think of all the people involved and how much planning that they have to do, yeah, it's amazing. So this is happening at West 34th Street near Herald Square. I believe that's towards the end of the parade.
Yeah,
then,
that's
right?
where they do the final, the act, and it's the final dance, the final singing numbers, all of that. Broadway performers are there. It's always so much fun, and it goes on and on. Starts I think around 8:30 in the morning. But we've had some years that you'll remember, Natasha, where the floats, it was so windy, the floats, like they crashed into a light pole and deflate.
Oh,
That's
we
not
don't
gonna
want
happen
that.
this year.
No, we're not putting out those
It's okay.
vibes.
Save
we want
Snoopy.
We want to save Snoopy. We want good vibes only. And right now, that's what we're seeing. This live look.
Yes.
Night one of rehearsals, and they'll also rehearse tomorrow. And
Yep.
then the big day, of course, Thanksgiving Thursday.
I know. Do you
Yes.
want Brian? Brian's a little asleep on the switch over here. Brian, let's show them the Saks Fifth Avenue again.
Yes, that's where we've got Kendall
And
Green.
then we'll go back when the next group comes up. Don't worry, you won't miss anything. Natasha's got this. And Kendall Green is there. There he is. He's ready. He's ready. I'm going to let you two take it away.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm going to get ready for the 10 o'clock news.
Yes.
But thank you, Natasha.
Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah,
All right.
and you got to get ready too.
I do. You know what? Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back, and we'll talk to Kendall Green, who is live right now at the Saks Fifth Avenue Parade. So we'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, very good.
Thanks so much for joining me. This is a live look at our newsroom behind the scenes here at Fox 5 New York. And it's a holiday season. You can feel it in the air. We've been showing you live looks at the rehearsals for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And they just wrapped up. They were rehearsing. There was a band rehearsing. We saw some dancers. It's very exciting. They've got night 1 of rehearsals tonight, night 2 tomorrow, and then, of course, the big day on Thursday. So we've got all the holiday spirit in the house here, and the other massive tradition that we're keeping a close eye on. It's the Saks Fifth Avenue bringing back its famed holiday light show after a 1-year break. And Kendall Green is out there live. Kendall, talk to me about what it's like to be out there.
Oh man, hey, good evening, Natasha. If you're gonna take a break, this is how you come back. I mean, they've been enjoying this so much. Around 7 o'clock, Saks had its unveiling of all of these window displays you see right here. And they had fireworks, the Rockettes performed, and we're gonna give you a look at some of these windows since we have a little bit more time in this stream. So this is one of the first ones. It seems like it's all Central Park, New York, NYC centric. So this is, I guess, Jack Frost here along a boat. He's got some gifts with him as well. This is one of the window displays. One of many you will see if you come here on Fifth Avenue. There's another one here. This was pretty detailed. It's like a movie theater, and inside these little trinkets pop out, and so many people, they've been enjoying it so far. And if you could see just how many people are taking selfies, snapping up, I mean, they're really enjoying this. And then we're going to keep on going. Let's come to the next one. Keith, just show them. This one I told Sharon earlier. It's got like Home Alone vibes.
Oh yeah, I see that.
You got this, you got this taxi. You got the gifts. It reminds me of definitely Home Alone, where the movie itself. But it seems iconic. And folks have been taking a whole bunch of pictures, and we're going to try to work in some of these folks and ask them what they think about it. This is the first unveiling, so they were off again, like we mentioned last year. Then they came back this year, and the song playing ironically back in the New York groove. So let's find some of these folks. Come on, talk to me. How y'all doing? What do you guys think about this display? Talk to me about it.
It's beautiful. We're from New Jersey, and we come every year anyways.
Okay. So is this year different? What do you see that's different about last year? I mean, 2023.
I feel like this year it has more like New York accents to it. Like it looks more like New York. Like it's New York. Before I felt like it was very like Santa's workshop, and now it's Christmas in New York.
For sure.
Yeah.
And are you surprised with how many people are still across here taking selfies, all of that, enjoying it?
No, not at all. Last year I couldn't even walk. Okay. I'm not surprised if by next week it'll be 10 times more people.
Is it gonna make you guys shop more? No. Are you gonna spend more money?
I know. We come to Spain. To Alicante, to Madrid. Do you know Spain? No. Me cago en el bonito.
Sorry. Thank y'all so much. And then there's people like taking pictures, selfies to show that. Look at this, and people just enjoying it, man.
Kendall, I think that's always the big question.
What's the big question?
It's always the question whether the window shopping is going to attract shoppers to come inside and actually spend money.
Right. I mean, I wonder, it seems like it's strategic because last year they didn't have it, so I'm sure they saw the difference it makes in spending. So now that they're back, exactly. Puerto Rico, you heard Puerto Rico, they're here.
Puerto Rico in the house.
So let's see. So how you doing? Habla inglés?
Again?
So what do you think about these display here?
This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
We're from Philippines, in Cebu.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so does this puts you in the holiday spirit, I'm sure?
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Does it put you in the spending spirit too?
Yeah, the spirit is really in our hearts.
I got you. Okay, well, thank you for talking with me.
Thank you.
For sure. So yeah, spending spirit, definitely out here as well. But I think the Rockettes performance was what a lot of people. Go ahead. Yeah.
Kendall, I was going to say I love to see all of the different countries represented, people from around the world. I mean, New Jersey, and then you see people from around the world who come to New York to see this. I'm sure they missed it last year. I love that they are more New York centric this year with the displays.
Right.
Did you have a favorite one walking around? You've seen them all. Was there one that you remember popped out to you?
Absolutely. I looked at it, and then our photo talk Andy Chase pointed it out, and I'm going to show you this one right here. I got a sweet tooth. I'll admit that. I got problems, and this does it for me. This does it for me. You get what I'm saying? It's got the gingerbread.
It's
That's
oven.
really
It's
cool.
heating
And then
up
it's
in the
got
oven.
Yeah, it heating up my sweet tooth too. And then you got I Love New York, and then you got Lady Liberty here as well. So I mean, I like this one a lot. I was telling Andy it would be a good idea if they put like a little heater right here.
Oh, I
it's gonna
like
get pretty
that.
cold.
And then maybe put some fragrance or
soon, but-
something to get people to smell
Yeah.
it. We're designing the next
make it a
one
whole-
for next year.
4-5D. Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah, for sure. But these folks are gonna enjoy this for the next several weeks, I'm sure.
Okay, so everything lit up at 7. When it all lit up, what was people's reactions?
Just taking it in. I saw like I was facing the camera at the time, and there were a bunch of people watching on the side, and just big eyes. Like everybody's eyes were just like, just. I don't know if you've seen the Minion movie where you just see like a bunch of people just like that. Yeah, it was like they were all just glued to, some had seats, some didn't, but all glued to the seat, just
like,
excited
wow,
about it.
it's
And they're
just
still the same way,
mesmerizing.
like they're still just gazing.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
And I
incredible.
I see exactly why they do it.
Yeah, it's so popular. I'm glad that they brought it back. And Kendall, we're going to check in with you throughout the night. So really appreciate you giving us a taste of what's going on out there and talking to people. It's such a fantastic time of year. So great to see you. Thanks so much, Kendall.
For sure, and I got a tease for you. We actually met the designers of some of these windows, and we're going to hear from them tonight at 10.
I'm
And
looking
all the
forward
work
to
that
that.
went behind it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
For
that
sure,
because
for
I
sure.
always want to know the creativity and all of the process and how long it took. Even the one that you like with the gingerbread cookies, how long it took to put that together and make it seem so real.
Can you guess a month that they started working on this?
I honestly would think that they start working on this last December.
Okay.
Thinking of it last
I
December.
got you. I got you. Well, I will reveal that month where they started getting these in like little replicas coming up at 10.
Okay, sounds good. Kendall, we'll see you then. Thank you
I
so
got you.
much. And we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. See you then. Good evening and happy Thanksgiving week. Welcome back to Newsroom Live. As millions of Americans get ready to hit the road or skies for turkey and family time, the travel rush is already gaining momentum. You can feel the spirit in the air. You're taking a live look right now at Macy's Herald Square, where they are doing night one of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade rehearsals, the big day on Thursday. And this year's Thanksgiving travel is expected to break records. So I've got some numbers for you. AAA projects 81.8 million people are going to travel, 73 million by car, 6 million by plane, which is up 2% from last year. So it is already breaking records. People are already out there on the roads and the planes. Are the airports ready for the rush? That is the big question tonight. And Teresa Priolo joins us live from Newark Liberty International Airport. So Teresa, it looks pretty good behind you. How was the day at the airport? Is it busy?
I mean, right now it is so quiet. Honestly, the only activity that we have seen are airport employees talking to each other and catching up after what has been a busy day. I'm going to let them have their conversation so that I don't completely, put them on blast. But look behind me, Natasha. This is the TSA line. I mean, you fly a lot. I know that. I do too. Less than 5-minute wait for TSA. Come on. I'll take this any day, and twice on Sunday. This is incredible. People are just zooming right through. Now, granted, it is 8:16 at night. So, there was a bigger rush earlier today, but even when we saw a line here, they were still moving this at a good clip. I've never seen it more than a 15-minute wait here. They are back to full staffing here at the airport. That was the big announcement by the Secretary Sean Duffy today when he was here to talk about the upcoming holiday travel. He said everything that happened with the shutdown, we're back. We're better, we're staffed, we're ready to get you to your Thanksgiving celebration. So again, you mentioned some of the numbers. Let me give you a few more numbers. We understand that as travel goes, according to Sean Duffy, 31 million people are going to be flying between Tuesday and Sunday. And he said that 52,000 flights will be taking off tomorrow alone. He's calling tomorrow the busiest day, but between tomorrow and Sunday, it's going to be jam-packed. Of course, the skies are going to be jammed, but we'll see it on the rails, we'll see it on the roads. It's going to be busy everywhere. Let me take you over to the big board. Right here, I'm seeing mostly that. See, now they're sorry, guys. We're seeing mostly flights on time, which is always awesome to see. You just remember a couple weeks ago, these boards were filled with delays and cancellations during the government shutdown as they were paring back flights, as air traffic controllers were calling out of work. Now they're back up to speed. So this is really good to see ahead of the holiday. One interesting note from the press conference today, at least interesting to me, was that while telling us all about staffing levels and all of that, the secretary was also saying, hey, as you're packing your bag, please make sure that you also pack your civility. And we have some sound to set that up. Take a quick listen.
We have to think about how do we do a better job? How do we, maintain maybe some of that frustration we have as we travel this Thanksgiving season? Maybe we should say please and thank you to our pilots and to our flight attendants. I think, again, I call this just maybe dressing with some respect. Whether it's a pair of jeans and a decent shirt, I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourages us to maybe behave a little better. Let's try not to wear slippers and pajamas as we come to the airport. I think that's positive.
I mean, I don't think that's going to fix all our issues, if that makes any sense. I think, making more lanes will help out. Creating more terminals will probably help out. Courtesy's not going to do much of anything. It is going to make you seem more polite, but at the end of the day, I think infrastructure is the way to go.
We got to stay prepared. We bring snacks and a few toys for them, so, that's a big key for sure.
To me, pajamas don't equal rude. They don't equal that you're going to be somebody who's going to hold up a flight or make a scene. But I do understand where he's coming from. Sometimes you see people on some of these flights, especially those, and I'm not one of them, so I feel like I can call them out, that take off their shoes, put your foot on the back of the person, stare behind you, especially if you don't have socks on. He's saying to show up and, maybe if you look like you tried, then maybe you'll also be nicer. But we need to give a shout out to the people that are here that are working. They are friendly, they are kind, they are helping people. There are please and thank yous flying here, and people are smiling. And let me tell you something, I don't see them rattled at all, not even when kids are having full-on temper tantrums and meltdowns, which we saw quite a few of today, and I felt for those parents. These agents here were not rattled one bit. So
I love that.
They're now being compensated. They're now being compensated for the job that they were doing all those weeks without pay, and they still have a smile on their face. So the least that we could do is show up and also reciprocate the smile.
Teresa, did you get a chance to talk to any of the, is my mic on? Did you get a chance, Teresa, to talk to any of the, did you get a chance to talk to any of the travelers out there? Are they frustrated? Are they hopeful? Because, I mean, we just got out of this government shutdown and the airports were just a disaster. So are people just, is it just, positive outlook for the most part?
I would say for the most part. Now, remember, we're coming at this from the Monday perspective. It's not like it's Tuesday or Wednesday and a major storm has gotten in the way of them getting to Thanksgiving. So we're a little bit farther out in the week where if something were to go wrong, chances are they could still get to their dinner and their family on time. But I would say that by and large, the people that we talked to were happy. They were ready to get where they were going. Some were coming back from vacation if we happen to see them on the way out. Others were here for work and were flying home or flying home to family. They were students or whatever. So they were in good spirits. But I do wonder if it's going to be a completely different situation come Wednesday when the clock is ticking. Thanksgiving's tomorrow, that sort of thing, where you're just hoping that your flight takes off. Sean Duffy did say today that there were some storms brewing in the Pacific Northwest, and so that might impact things here. Now, I'm not a meteorologist, and I don't play one on TV or on the internet, so don't take my word for it. But I wonder if that's going to have any sort of impact on people flying as the week continues.
Because there's also some rain in the forecast in our area, so I'm wondering, praying, hoping that it's clear skies for travel this holiday season. You mentioned rain, potential weather delays, also air traffic control. I mean, that's been a shortage we've been facing for so long, and we saw those major delays during the government shutdown too. Did Sean Duffy say anything today about incentives or getting more people to sign up for this job to address that shortage?
Yeah, so they have a twofold problem here. They need people who are on the job to stay on the job because they don't have enough people to fill them, and they need people to sign up. So it's a two-pronged issue that they're fighting right now. To get people to stay, they've done a couple of things. First of all, apparently the FAA just launched this new academy in Oklahoma City, and they're offering 20% bonuses, upfront cash bonuses to those that are of retirement age. So think those that have a lot of experience and are willing to stay on a little bit longer. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is they say that they are offering $10,000 bonuses to people who worked during this shutdown and didn't miss one day. Now, the union is pushing back on that, saying, hey, you were not being paid for 43 days. You were asking them to work 5, 6, 7 days straight in some cases. Maybe they had an issue come up with their kid or a doctor's appointment that they couldn't miss. And Duffy's point was, that's all well and good. We appreciate their service. But for those that never missed, you get the cash bonus. And maybe, in his words, the next time something happens, everybody will show up knowing that there's a financial incentive coming their way. So it is sort of interesting, but they're trying to put people through the paces faster. And while they do that, they're also trying to get people who are ready to hang it up, just asking them to hit the pause button a little bit so that they can onboard those other people. But he did also say, which frankly, as somebody who loves Newark Airport, and this is my local airport, he did say that if you're looking to fly out of an airport in the New York City area, this apparently is the airport with the most on-time flights.
Okay.
So Jersey's known for a lot of things, but this is one that we will gladly take.
I like that. And that's the one at the end of the day that really matters when it comes to not missing your flight, not getting any delays on your way to wherever you need to go for your holiday destination. So looks good out there. I wish I was flying out tonight because be 5 minutes through TSA. That's great.
I'm so with you. Every time I see somebody go through, I'm like, where are you going? Can you take me with you? I can fit in your
Somewhere
suitcase.
warm.
It looks like a big suitcase. I mean, Yes, I'm like, oh, you're spending the Thanksgiving holiday in Turks and Caicos. Take me with you.
That's nice.
They're, but these, as we do, they have earned it, and so they are on their way, and we'll get our chance eventually, hopefully.
Hopefully soon.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. All right, Teresa
Yeah.
Priolo, live from Newark Liberty International Airport. Thanks so much for joining me. Nice to see you, Teresa.
Nice to see you, Natasha. Thank you.
And we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to talk about a new variant, a new flu variant that we're keeping a close eye on. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to Newsroom Live. You're taking a live look right now at Macy's Herald Square, and they are doing night one of rehearsals for the big Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which will happen on Thursday. So you're right now looking at some of those rehearsals that are happening. This is our newsroom here at Fox 5 New York, and we're talking about holiday travel, holiday sickness as well, because tonight, a new warning on the flu front. So health experts are flagging a variant that could make this season tougher than usual. So let's explain what's going on, what you need to know, how to keep you and your family safe, and as you're traveling, how to stay safe as well, and how to protect yourself. So this is a variant. It's called subclade K. And for more about this variant and how to keep yourself safe, let's bring in Dr. Sarah Jameson. She's the emergency room doctor and health expert on the Vitamin Shops Wellness Council. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Natasha. I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, last week we talked about this here on Newsroom Live, about this new flu variant going around, and in the days since, we're hearing it now more in the news and the headlines. So walk our viewers through what makes this new flu variant different from what we normally see each year.
Right. So things have certainly changed in the few short days that you and I last spoke. But like you mentioned, subclade K is a mutation of H3N2, which is essentially the influenza A viral strand. And so this new mutation has been making its way. We've seen it already in Japan, in the UK, in Canada, and then it is slowly, of course, making its way down to us. And so the symptoms that have been seen with subclade K are somewhat more severe than what we've seen in previous strains. And that's more likely than not because it's brand new. And so our immune systems are not really geared up to recognize it and respond appropriately to it. So that's what we've been seeing.
So because it is mutating, it doesn't seem like the flu vaccine is covering it. Is that right?
So early studies do show that there is some cross-reactivity, but for the most part, you are correct. The flu vaccine addresses the strains that we've seen in previous years. It doesn't necessarily cover subclade K, what we're seeing in the past few weeks or so. And so, yeah, the vaccine is very much so, like I said, there is some cross-reactivity where it's still recommended to take it because influenza A and influenza B are still out there. They're still in our population. So to be protected from that, the flu vaccine is still recommended. But again, you're correct that there's not as much efficacy when it comes to covering this new strain.
So even if the match is not perfect, the flu shot is still recommended?
Absolutely, especially for those vulnerable populations, the elderly, the immunocompromised, and children, of course, and then anybody who interacts with these populations as well. It's still very much so recommended because, again, there's still some cross-reactivity where it is it's still effective to take, especially for those two, again, those strains that are still making their way throughout the population.
So what can you do to just make yourself extra protected against subclade K?
So, I mean, to be honest, the recommendations and the guidance is really the same for every flu season. You're going to do the exact same thing that you would. We spoke about the vaccine, but then also there are some lifestyle modifications that are recommended. Very simple things like hand hygiene. We take hand hygiene for granted. Washing your hands after using the restroom or interacting with people, shaking hands for at least 20 seconds or more with soap and water is extremely effective. Along with hand hygiene, you want to make sure within your home you're protecting your family by disinfecting high surface areas and objects like remote controls, light switches, doorknobs, refrigerator handles, things of that nature. And then making sure to just really maintain sound respiratory etiquette is what I call it. So making sure that you're coughing and sneezing into a tissue or into a sleeved elbow. And then just making sure that if you are a little bit under the weather, that you're either wearing a mask or just making the executive decision to stay home. I know that the holidays are coming up. It's a time for family. It's a time for togetherness. But at the risk of getting your loved one sick, you might want to consider just kind of sitting out if you know that you're not feeling your very best. So that's the same guidance that we give every cold and flu season, honestly.
Yeah, that etiquette is going to come really in handy as people get ready to go to their Thanksgiving holiday destinations. You're in those crowded airports, then you're on the airplane. Is there anything you can do while you're on the plane? Should you wear a mask just to make sure that you're safe from getting sick?
That's a really great question, Natasha. So I would recommend, especially if you are feeling under the weather, to wear a mask while you're on a plane. Such a very tight, confined space. You want to make sure that you're not passing anything on to anybody else. And then again, when you are on a plane, carrying hand sanitizer. So that way, if you are, if you do have a cough or a sneeze or whatever the case may be, just to make sure that you can maintain, again, that hand hygiene, which is so important for this time of year.
I know when we last talked too, you mentioned that the cases weren't so different in terms of just the number, the volume of cases, but it's the severity of cases that you're seeing in the ER that really concerns you. Are you expecting an uptick in cases just after this holiday travel season, this rush that we're going to have this week?
Yes, we see it every year, honestly, that once the holidays hit, again, once we're all together and we're mingling, we're traveling, we're going here and there, we absolutely see a surge in cases after that time. And then honestly, so we spoke about the fact that subclade K is traveling through Japan and in the UK. The UK is somewhat our glimpse into the future regarding our flu season. We usually mirror what they experience over there, and they are seeing a rush of cases. They are seeing more severe cases in terms of duration, and so we are kind of bracing ourselves for the same thing over here as well.
If someone gets sick, is there a window of time when antivirals like Tamiflu would really help?
Yeah, so Tamiflu is seen to be effective within that first 72 hours of initial symptom presentation. After that, it's not really effective. So the guidance is that if you do have symptoms that are believed to be related to the flu, to call your provider and then make a decision based on your medical history, based on your comorbidities, your immunocompromised status, as to whether or not it would be helpful for you to take, but within those 72 hours.
Okay, got it. So we talked about the flu. We're worried about this new variant. Where does RSV and COVID sit right now?
So RSV and COVID, they're still around. They're still here. I actually got a chance to take a look at the New York State Department of Health's trend because they maintain disease surveillance with hospitals weekly, and so it seems based on their numbers that COVID is suspiciously on a slight downtrend, but RSV along with influenza are both on the uptrend for this time of year and for since the last surveillance that they took. So very much so still in play and still two viruses that we need to again maintain our lifestyle, the hand hygiene, the respiratory etiquette to just make sure that we kind of stave those off as well.
I remember in the last couple of years, this term triple-demic came on the scene when you've got the flu, COVID, RSV all coming together during the winter. Are you concerned about that this year, especially with the ferocity of this flu variant?
You know, yeah, that's always a concern, especially again amongst those vulnerable populations. We had a term for it in the emergency room. We would call it pneumonia when somebody had the unlucky instance of having the flu, pneumonia, or COVID, and kind of a myriad of viral and then bacterial illnesses. So that's always something that's on our radar. And those patients, so when they come in, they usually are extremely ill, and so we'll catch it in that manner. But yeah, that's always a concern. It's not as common amongst those who are healthy, generally speaking, but those again vulnerable populations, we do keep watch for that with them.
And finally, Dr. we always hear about the norovirus stomach bug this time of year. What kind of cases are you seeing in that world?
So norovirus, to be honest, I expect to see that a little bit more in the next few days after Thanksgiving. We do see an uptick of stomach bugs around this time of year. And so I haven't seen it so much yet, as of yet. But again, this is tis the season, Natasha. So I know that it's coming, and we'll be ready for it. Again, the guidance really is the same: supportive care, speaking with your healthcare provider if you think that you're having symptoms that are more than you can deal with, especially if they are of a respiratory nature. If you're not breathing well, if you are, in the case of norovirus, having GI symptoms to the point that you're not able to hold anything down in terms of liquid or food, that's definitely cause for concern and a reason to call your healthcare provider.
Amazing. All right. Well, Dr. Jameson, thank you so much for joining me and breaking this all down and making sense of a very busy travel season. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks, Natasha.
Yes.
Have a great night.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll give you another live look at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade rehearsals night one, so stay with us.
I don't know what it is.
Welcome back to Newsroom Live. The holiday season is here. You're taking a live look at Herald Square, where rehearsals are going on night one for Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And we're getting a look at it. It's very exciting. Everyone is there checking out the rehearsals. It's happening at West 34th Street near Herald Square. Throughout the night, we've been seeing performances, singers, dancers, and people just taking in that whole area before the iconic 99th edition of this parade on Thursday. So rehearsals Monday and Tuesday, they allow the large groups and talents to go through this complicated choreography and spacing and camera work that they have to do ahead of Thanksgiving morning. The 2025 parade scheduled for Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to noon. It's going to feature dozens of new floats, character balloons, and performers. And tonight's run through really gives you a flavor of everything that's to come. So the parade has evolved over time to the spectacle that it is today. And I want to show you a look at how the tradition has changed through the years, including the floats and just the general energy of the entire iconic tradition here in New York. From the 70s, 80s, and 90s, here's a look back at past Macy's Thanksgiving Day parades.
Happy Thanksgiving. And before the rain came to dampen the New York area today, many thousands of people came into Manhattan from all directions, some traveling hundreds of miles, to see a spectacle that has been a tradition here for many years. And our Tony Preisendorf joined the happy crowd that came to watch the big Thanksgiving Day parade.
Lioness the Lionhearted led the parade, Lioness and the Concord High School Marching Band from Elkhart, Indiana. And it was a fitting choice to start the 52nd annual parade with Lioness. After all, it took a certain amount of courage to come out today and brave the cold, raw weather. In many places along the 2-mile route on Manhattan's west side, the crowd seemed thinner than in past years, perhaps because of the nasty day that made eyes tear and toes numb. But as always, the children loved it, looking for their favorite cartoon figures floating overhead in gargantuan proportions, tethered against the gusts that swept in from Central Park by squads of enthusiastic, if not always experienced, students. Speaking of students, the Thanksgiving Day Parade has become the in thing to do for college kids. Last night, they started pouring into the west side, where the giant balloons were being inflated next to the Museum of Natural History. All night long, it seemed, they congregated in the bars on Columbus Avenue, ducking out occasionally to watch workmen, waiting until dawn for their marching orders, and there were plenty of marching bands. One of the most popular balloons, it seems, was not Mickey Mouse, who's celebrating his 50th birthday, but rather Smokey the Bear. But that won't last for long. In just 4 weeks, it'll be Christmas when Santa Claus reigns supreme. This is Anthony Preisendorf, Channel 5 News.
Well, the thousands of kids who lined up along Broadway this morning to watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade will never forget all the big balloons, the floats, and then Santa Claus in his sleigh.
The traditional Thanksgiving parade. Many of us saw it on television or in the street. Santa waving to the crowd, wonderful as ever.
Then there are some of us, like reporters and cab drivers, who have to spend the day working. When are you going to have your turkey dinner today?
In my mother's house. And hopefully I get my wife to work with me too today.
Why are you working today?
Because I'm a part-time driver. Doing Monday to Friday I go to school, and this is what paid my college education.
This being one of the heaviest days for travel in the year, it seems natural that cab drivers would be working. But just off Times Square, I walked into someone who didn't want to take the day off.
Shining shoes in public is something most countries and most people from out of town don't have a chance to participate. So it's a novelty to them. I make a living, and at the same time they enjoy themselves.
You're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner tonight?
I must have one. I have people waiting, but I have to make the dollar first.
No, this is not amateur night, but Cardinal Cook himself singing the sidewalks of New York at a Thanksgiving dinner for 700 senior citizens. Even Hildegard dropped in, the chanteuse who made Till We Meet Again one of the most famous songs of World War II.
On a day such as this, we thank God for the wonderful blessings that are ours, especially here in the United States of America. At the same time, we're very conscious of our brothers and sisters who are suffering in other countries. We think especially of the suffering in Iran and Pakistan and so many other parts of the world.
Just a taste of Thanksgiving 1979 around New York City. I'm Joanne Lee, Channel 5 News.
Good evening. We do hope you had a terrific Thanksgiving. And, of course, when you think of the holiday, turkey comes to mind. But in our town, so does that big Macy's Day Parade. They had a brand new balloon this year, but they also lost one. Snoopy got a little droopy when they tried to inflate him this morning, so the giant Biggle was packed away for another year. Still, there was plenty to see.
There are many ways to see this parade of parades, but when it comes to the Macy's Day extravaganza, no matter how many times you've seen it before, you want to be sure you can see everything. There were celebrities like Stephanie Mills, jazz great Maynard Ferguson, the Spinners, the stars from Broadway like the cast from The Pirates of Penzance, and yes, that is Linda Ronstadt. The balloons, old and new, some like Mickey Mouse first appeared in the parade in 1934. Smokey the Bear joined in 1966. Kermit keeping a watchful eye over his fellow Muppet friends on their Sesame Street float far below. And Superman, the newest addition to the family and also the largest ever built for the Macy's parade. Animals of all kinds and all sizes. But some things about parades never change, like little lost children and the cops who find them.
Okay, we got your baby. We got the other one, too.
And the final float, the one they roll out the red carpet for, the band's lining up to hail him and his entourage.
When Santa Claus comes to town, Christmas is not far behind. From the annual Thanksgiving Day Parade, Janet Rose, Channel 5 News.
Always love to see us open up the archives and see how the parade and see how life in New York has evolved over time. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we're going to talk about authorities out in Suffolk County busting a sophisticated crime ring. So stay with us. We'll take a quick break in a couple minutes. Welcome back to Newsroom live here at Fox 5 New York. Happy Thanksgiving week. And we want to do a really quick special shout out to one of our special viewers out there, Nelsie, YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us, spending part of your evening with us. We're so happy to have you. And tonight we're talking about some really big news out of Long Island. And it is, particularly a good time to talk about it because we're getting all these packages from the holiday season. We're ordering a lot of stuff. It's showing up. And apparently authorities in Suffolk County announced indictments today in what they're calling a sophisticated porch pirate ring. And Arthur Sheehan has been covering this story all day. He joins me live. Arthur, these are just a bunch of Scrooges out there on Long Island and porch pirates. So what do we know about this indictment tonight?
They appear to be that, right? Nobody likes porch pirates, but these guys, whereas you use the word from the authorities out here, sophisticated. And as we pull the string, Natasha, this starts unraveling well outside Suffolk County. The thefts are here that they're charged for today. The ring of 14 people, however, are from all over the tri-state area, in particular in the Bronx. We have the so-called designated ringleader of this, which is essentially somebody who is fencing these goods. They noticed that a lot of electronics in particular were going missing, and particularly FedEx deliveries of electronics, mostly cell phones. So when they started tracking this stuff, it started going back to a Bronx address, which essentially functioned as the fencing location on University Avenue in the Bronx. Once the goods were cleared through that location, which meant unlocking them so that they could be resold to a secondary market, it went to what's being called a stash house on Quimby Avenue, also in the Bronx. So this investigation goes back 2 years. Here on Suffolk County, it was that they were noticing that a lot of cell phones that were being delivered were going missing, and authorities released this video. If Brian K can roll it, it shows how quickly, in some cases, a FedEx delivery person would drop it off and how quickly it would get swept up. And so part of this case, Natasha, is how did they come into such valuable tracking information that looks like it came from FedEx. Now, the authorities were clear to say they do not believe anybody who was delivering was engaged in this, but of the 14 people who were indicted today, we asked the district attorney from Suffolk County if it included the point of corruption of that tracking information. And you know how guarded they are with an ongoing investigation. He was, but he seemed to indicate that none of the 14 people they have right now are the ones that somehow hacked into the FedEx system, which means if you listen to how the DA put it, it means that more arrests may be on the way, that this is an ongoing investigation. Let's hear part of the conversation that we had with him tonight.
When we started this investigation, we seen an increase of what is commonly referred to as porch piracy. And then as we looked into it, we saw this sort of subgroup, which was responsible, I think, in large degree for the increase, where it was specifically FedEx deliveries, specifically.
Natasha, how much time do you want to burn up? Are we good?
Phones, and smart devices, and that they were immediately being stolen, and that the conspirators seemed to be waiting for the packages.
Yeah, when you talk about how sophisticated this ring was, Arthur, and also what struck me too in the videos that you're showing is, you're right, just how quickly the FedEx truck pulls up, the driver puts something down, someone comes in, steals it, and then in another surveillance video we saw that the truck was actually still parked there. So how were they getting access to these tracking numbers? And also my question for you then is how do you protect yourself? How do you make sure your package, shipped by FedEx is safe and doesn't get stolen?
Right. So first talking about the case, definitely it seems like they had inside information, and they hit up over 30 towns here on Suffolk County. According to the indictment, when they took down that Bronx location on Quimby Avenue, they found at least 200 smartphones at that location. Wow. So these guys were definitely operating on a different level with that information. Also, the other thing they were doing, Natasha, that the investigators are very keen to find out, to look into, is they knew exactly how to unlock the phones, right? If you and I purchase a phone, it's transferred into our name, but they knew how to unlock it to use it, whether as a Wi-Fi device or as a phone, or in some cases, as both. But in terms of what we have spent some time tonight thinking about what people can do, especially as you put it so well, this is the time of deliveries, right?
Yeah.
Black Friday, everybody's ordering stuff online. Requesting a signature upon delivery can be one very helpful way to do it. Shipping it to a relative or a trusted neighbor who you know is going to be home is another way to do it. Having things delivered to your workplace where you know you're going to be, if the workplace allows it. Obviously, if something's really heavy or whatever, that might not be practical. But those are some of the main ways to sort of protect oneself during the season.
Yeah, the key is that, someone is there to accept the package or at least be there to observe what's going down. Yeah, it's sad that we live in these times, but at least they were able to crack this case and serve some indictments. So, Arthur Chian, thank you so much for going through this case with us.
Pleasure, Natasha. See you later.
All right, see you at 10. And we'll take a quick break and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Welcome back to Newsroom Live. I'm Natasha Verma. The holiday season is here, and what you're looking at right now is the 99th edition of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, night one of rehearsals, and it's happening at West 34th Street near Herald Square. So rehearsals will be tonight and tomorrow, and it allows large groups and talent, performers, dancers, singers to run through this complicated choreography and spacing and camera work ahead of the big Thanksgiving morning and the parade, when you know there's a lot of moving parts. So the 2025 parade is scheduled for Thursday, November 27th from 8:30 a.m. to noon. It's going to feature dozens of new floats, character balloons, and performers. And tonight's run through really has given us a flavor of everything that's to come. So we've seen so many people dancing and performing and trying, checking out the audio and singing, just making sure that Thursday goes seamless as possible. And then you can see it's opened up to New Yorkers who show up and people from really all around the world. When we did live interviews earlier tonight, we were hearing people from Puerto Rico, from Spain, from Europe who are visiting too. And it is just such a fun night. You get to see what.
Thanks for watching Fox 5's Newsroom Live. We're now joining Live Now's non-stop stream of live and breaking news.
Is the perfect temperature to get a moist turkey.
So you're going to want to roast your turkey at 325 degrees and kind of resist that temptation to open up the oven door and peek in or do any basting. Just let it roast and then take the temperature. 170 degrees Fahrenheit in the breast and the thigh. And then if you did put stuffing